This way, this way.
We're going to do two exercises. This is the first one. This is the net worth statement. We have another exercise to do to look at your cash flow, where you currently are. You need to know where you are. You need to know where you want to go. And then you need to work out the difference in between. You all agree? So I usually, whenever I'm doing something to plan, I usually start with the end process in mind. And the end process is your what? Your financial goal. All right? Or whatever goal you have set for yourself. The start process is where you are. And the process in between is what you will need to figure out, which is what God gave you a brain to do. So the net worth statement. You have extra? You get? You get? So what I want you all to do, you're going to fill in these things. We want to establish what your net worth is. Remember, this is a personal thing. You don't have to share it with anybody. This is your business. So you would see our first section here called assets. Remember I told you all assets is what you have? Now assets are divided into what they call liquid assets. A liquid asset is something that you could actually get for cash or is cash or equivalent. You all there? So in this case you want to put down if you have cash or if you have money in the bank or you have money in some other thing that you could withdraw easily. You all there? Short-term deposits, etc. Put that down. If you have money invested in fixed deposits, which I am by the way, right? If you have money invested in mutual funds, if you have money invested in stocks, all right? You want to list out those things. Or if you have other investment assets, some people may have property investment, property, stuff like that. You want to list those things down, the value of those things. So what we're trying to establish is your net worth here. Right? Then we're going to establish a cash flow. Tax sheltered assets means some people invest in what they call financial products. All right, guys, bear with me. Some people invest in financial products where the money that they put into that financial product, they're not subject to tax immediately on it. You all there? So the more money you invest in that product, it's not subject to tax until the time you actually withdraw it. So you might want to list out those kind of tax shelter things if you have stuff like that. So you would find with insurance companies, they have plans like that. With the unit trust, they have a tax sheltered plan. I'm not sure what you all have across the Caribbean. But you may have assets which are not subject to tax. You want to list that down. Personal assets. So personal assets will be stuff like your own home that you currently live in. You want to put down the value for that. If you own a vehicle, yes or no, put down the value for that. Furnishings would be, well, whatever you have in your house. All right? You all know how to do this.
Yeah, we do it.
Other personal assets, you all could list those things out if it was. Now, so in terms of we want to get a total for your assets because you need to know where you are right now. You all there? This is for you. This is not for me. Well, it's for me, but the other thing you need to know is your liabilities. This is what we call what you actually owe. So in terms of stuff that you owe, I know many people have a credit card and they owe money on the credit card. You have to put what you owe down here. If you have personal lines of credit, so money that you borrow, right, short term to repay. If you have car loan installments to pay, if you did borrow, stuff like that. Or if you have other short term debt, so you may have borrowed money from someone or someone's, then you want to put that total over here. Everybody there? So that'll give you short-term liabilities. Your long-term debt is anything you owe, which is due and payable over a year. Everybody there? So you may want to list down things like your mortgage on your residence. If you did actually take out a mortgage on your home, right? You may want to put down any loans to purchase any personal assets you have, long-term loans. So maybe those car payments which are over a year, you want to list those out. Put that total there. Loans to purchase investment assets. I don't think this would apply to too many people. But what happens is in business, some people borrow money to invest. You all there? Some people actually borrow money to invest, hoping to make a higher return. Everybody there? Now, when things going good is good, but when things start to get bad, then you're in problems. Because a lot of people borrow more than they could actually to pay. All right? So you want to list out those things. So that'll give you total liabilities. The difference between if you take your total assets and you minus from it your liabilities, the difference is what we call your net worth. You all there? So what you actually own, that is your net worth. You need to know that. What happens is, in terms of personal finance, when they talk in personal finance, in terms of what they talk about, what they say is that for you to achieve your financial objectives or financial goals actually, right, you would need to, over time, look at ways to do it, to increase that net worth to meet your goal. Everybody there? So we need to know where we are now and look at where we want to go. Maybe we need to save $2 million at the point in time when we actually retire. And so we need to know what we need to do to get to there. So one thing is knowing your current net worth. The other thing to know is what is your current cash flow. What are your current receipts? What are your current payments? That's another exercise you got to do. Riza, sorry, but I could just let you all know, and you all could do this. They could do this outside of the class because there's plenty of stuff to do. Go ahead. So I'm giving you all like 10 minutes again to do this. You all there? 10 minutes again to do this. And then we're going to look at the cash flow side. I have another statement for you all to look at.